Right, we're live, wicked. Excuse me. Deadline day is upon us. It is 20 minutes to 8. Wait for a few more people to get into the stream. Hopefully we'll get a few people in today, bit of an audience. As always, run through some questions and all that good stuff. Just got to wait for some people to come in first. Hopefully we're not sitting for too long as we've only got one person in. Hopefully get a couple more. Two, that's good. A couple more, and we'll start. So obviously it's deadline day, and we have signed nobody yet as of yet. All waiting for that. Well, 20 to 8 now. All pushing towards that 11 o'clock deadline, as every other club is in England. But yeah, we're not signing anybody yet. Oh, Lewis says, thanks for that. That's very kind. But yeah, we've not signed anybody yet, which is a concern. Obviously, we've had the whole month to really go ahead and do this, and to leave it until the deadline again, like last year. If you don't, I remember this time last year we did bring in Alexander Mitrovic and Matt Targett, and they were the two main catalysts in us staying up. So that helped, but whether or not lightning can strike twice in that respect remains to be unknown. But a few things have happened. Obviously, Kamara has left as well on loan, but I'll touch on that later on. I don't want to go into that too early on yet. I want to go into that a little bit later on. As always, then comment away and ask. As always, as we tend to get in the streams, to get a lot of people comment and ask a few questions and that about certain things really. So if people want to go ahead and ask any questions, as always, regarding the football club, or anything in general, really, mainly football, hopefully, because I don't like really talking other things really than football, really. It's what my channel's all about. So, I don't know, really. Something surely needs to happen. I mean, it's deadline day, isn't it? A funny thing's going to happen, but at the moment, it's looking unlikely anything's going to happen. I mean, a couple of deals really have really just fallen through. I think there were 3 deals lined up. I think Kabali, was one. Harvard Nordwhite, the second one. And obviously the Cameroon captain, who... I can't pronounce. No, Kamara's not been banned from the club. He's been loaned out, obviously, for reasons. You know, he's caused problems, so he's been loaned out. But it's only between now and the end of the season. So if he can hopefully go away on loan and back up his ideas and come back maybe next year a different player, then that's good for him. But at the moment, you know, Michael Players, I think, is a beast, and I don't even know if he do sign players. You think, yeah, I think we will go down. I do think we will gradually. Look, if we win Saturday, then maybe not. But I think if we do lose Saturday, then it is game over for us. But if we win, then we're still in with a shout. But Saturday is an important game. Obviously, Wilfried Zaha's not playing on Saturday, which is huge. Palace haven't yet won a game without him yet, and that will all change on Saturday, as everybody knows. We break all them records. Yeah, Palace. Yeah, we're away at Palace Saturday. Off to Selhurst Park. Last time we went there, we scored a couple of absolute screamers. I remember that quite well. Paitim, Kasami and Sidwell as well. Mitrovic, player of the season. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. I think he's definitely proved this year that he's he's capable of scoring goals in the Premier League into 10 double figures now. So that's good. So we just got to hope that he can carry it on. If we go down, we might give it a bit more money for him. Maybe make a bit of profit on the £27 million. Hopefully we can maybe add that by 10. Andrew, yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Not doing too badly. Doing all right. Just hoping something we could maybe get a signing in. Really, it's been a frustrating day. I mean, we was expecting. I don't know what to expect really. So I woke up today thinking maybe get 2 or 3 players in, then good. But at the moment, it's not looking good. Yeah, quick couple of questions about the Cameroon defender we were going to sign. He'd have been a good player, obviously. Signing a captain would have been good. I've seen Newcastle signings, yeah, Almiron and Barreca, I think it is, who signed as well. So, yeah, Almiron. I saw bits of him last year in the MLS. Didn't see a lot of him, but when I saw him, I was impressed. Obviously, he linked up with Joseph Martinez very well. And obviously, you look what Martinez did last year. Broke every single record possible for goal scoring in the MLS. Martinez was a good player. Almiron's an even better player as well, so it's a good signing. If we were to get a signing, who would you want it to be? I don't know, really. I really don't know. We've been linked with so many players this window. It's hard. It's hard to tell, really. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who we'd possibly want to buy. I don't know who'd want to come to the club. Obviously, Ryan Babel, if that's all we're going to get between now and 11 o'clock, then it's disappointing. I know he's done well for us, but when you're in that midst and in the thick of a relegation scrap, you need to make a couple of signings, because the squad that we've got at the moment, I don't think is really good enough. Yeah. I don't know if we looked at Almiron. I don't think really that the talks for us or interest for us was really concrete. I didn't see any rumours floating around for him. I don't know if it was concrete for us or not. Maybe, But I think we've got enough players going forward at the moment, so I don't think that really would have worked. I don't think, you know, we've got some good players going forward. I think our main focus is really looking towards the other end of the pitch defensively, where it's where we need to sort out our problems really. So hopefully, I'm praying we can get some players in. What do you think of the 4-2-4 formation we played 15-20 minutes on Tuesday? Well, I think really that second half was, you know, the second half, the team we used on in the second half. Sorry, I think we've got to go with on Saturday. That 5-back formation, it just doesn't seem to really suit us at home. I think when we've got to try and take the game to a team, we're best off playing on the front foot with a back four, and I think it was effective. Obviously, won us the game. Do you rate your goalkeeper? Well, Sergio Rico, yeah. I think if you watch the highlights on Match of the Day last night, at 2-2, he made a fantastic save to deny Glenn Murray, which would have been his hat-trick, and 3-2 Brighton. He's a good goalkeeper, and I want to stay up, because if we do stay up, we hopefully get him permanently. He's been a fantastic keeper for us recently. He's kept us in a lot of games, made some important saves all season, and he's head and shoulders above what we've got at the club. And I think if we were to go down, he'd be a big miss, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. It looks likely that it will. But, you know, Kenny deserves to start on Saturday. Yeah, I do agree with that. I think if Kenny doesn't start on Saturday, then you've got to really question what Ranieri's thinking, really. I mean, he's tried to keep him at arm's length from the starting 11 for a couple of weeks now, and to be fair to Tom Kenny, he's doing the talking on the pitch, which is good. He's not moaned about it off the pitch. Every time he's got an opportunity, he's come on the pitch and done good things. So that's all you can ask from a player of his quality. Just to keep talking on the pitch, and when you get your chance, go and try to manage what you can do. There's no point doing a Kamara and causing fights and things like that, because you only make it worse for yourself. But yeah, I'm happy with how Kenny's playing at the moment. He's slowly getting back to the player he was a couple of years ago, which is good as well. So if we can keep that going as well. A point at Palace, yeah, it's I don't know. I think it wouldn't be an ideal result, but in the same breath, if we don't really get beat, it'll be, I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. Yeah, Kamara went to Turkey, yeah. And they unveiled him like some sort of superstar signing. I think, yeah, the big press conference there, it was getting packed in the airport and stuff. I think if only the Turkish players knew how poor he was. Do you think Joe Bryan's good enough? I don't know. I'm sat on the fence with him, really. I did like him a lot last year in the Championship. We were going to sign him last year as well, last summer, but for whatever reason it didn't work. We had to wait until this year to buy him. I thought it'd be a good signing, really. I thought, at the time when we signed him, I thought he was probably better than Matt Targett in terms of what he could have brought, but I think he's a good player still. I think the ball into Mitrovic for the was it the third goal, I think it was, or the second goal, I can't remember. It was a lovely cross in, and I've said before he's got a good cross. He's a fantastic cross on the ball, Joe Bryan. If we go down, it'd be a fantastic left back for the Championship next year, no doubt about it. But we've just got to wait and see with him. So I don't know. It's tough. Who we got in February? I think we've got West Ham coming up towards the end of the month. Man United at home as well. So it's Palace, Man United at home, West Ham away, I think. Off the top, this is off the top of my head. I'm not too sure. And I'm not too sure who else we've got. I think them three are named there. Off the top of my head, I think they're correct. I'm just not too sure who the others are. So we've just got to be patient, really, in terms of you know, their big games obviously coming up. We've got 4 huge home games. Our next 4 home games are Man United at home, as we know, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City as well. Don't get any easier than that, do they? So we've got to take that in our stride. It'll be hard. I'd love to have your confidence, but I just don't know with Fulham at the moment. It seems like every week you don't know what you're going to get, and we get a big win one week, we follow it up with a poor performance. We've got Tottenham away, Wolves away, Huddersfield at home. I'd say really take Huddersfield and Burnley are definitely winnable. I'd say Spurs. I know you're away at Spurs Saturday. It's on Sky. It's the early kick-off on Saturday. I mean, seeing what they did last night against Watford and even against us, I think if Newcastle can definitely cause problems for Spurs, because Spurs I don't think were great against us even the other week. Llorente, I know he scored last night, but what a miss! He missed a terrible open goal, didn't he? To deny him another goal, which is a shame. Ranieri and Conte would keep us up. I think if we had Ranieri at the start of the season, we'd have stayed up. Yeah, Conte I'm a big fan of as well, obviously. Led the Italian national team to the European... I think, where did we come into that? I think we got to the quarterfinals of the Euros, I think we did, and got beaten by the Germans on penalties, which was a shame. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Conte. I think what he's done... Chelsea was good, he obviously won the league there. So I don't think him and Ranieri would be a joint management team. I don't think that would really work. I think both managers like their own space. Do you think we'll beat Palace on Saturday? Asked Thomas. I would have said yes, but Palace ain't won a game without Zaha, and then we're going into this game and ain't got Zaha. So you just know what's going to happen, don't you? I mean, it's happened before when we're at Sunderland. It's happened before. We've been to these type of games with these type of scenarios, we just don't win them, and we tend to be that club that just breaks these absolutely stupid records. And it wouldn't surprise me if that was to be the case. If we go and get turned over on Saturday without Wilfried Zaha in their team, and even if someone like Benteke scored, he hasn't scored a goal for as long as I can remember. Really, he's been out injured for a long time as well. So look, we just got to wait and see and see what happens. But I want to be confident because that second half on Tuesday night, there was so many positives to take away from it. But I just worry we just don't tend to build on these good results we get, and it's just been a story of our season. Without Zaha, Palace would get relegated. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think Zaha is the X factor for Palace, isn't he? He makes Palace tick. A lot of play goes through him. But to be fair though, Palace had a few other players step up this year. Look at Andros Townsend, who stepped up quite well this year. He scored a few good goals as well. They've got a couple of other decent players also in their side. But I think, as you said, without Zaha in there, you've got to think where they'd be. But they'd probably get a good transfer fee for him if they were to sell him on. He was linked with Dortmund, I think, at the start of this window, but he didn't go there. Do you think Conte's at Fulham often I don't think he'd look to try and get a job off us if we were to stay up. I think that totally undermine Ranieri, and Ranieri's got a 2-year deal with us, so I think if we start up, he won't go anywhere. I think he'll get another crack at it to start again and rebuild again. But it surprised me if Conte did take the job. No, we'd be 3 points off from safety if we beat Palace on Saturday. At the moment, we're on the 17 points, and if Palace were on 22, so no, on 23. Sorry, they drew last night, didn't they? So we'd only be on 20 points, and then Southampton then would be on 23. So we'd only be 3 points from safety, which is good. All depending on Cardiff as well. Don't get me wrong, because Cardiff play later on Saturday. Who are we getting? I don't know. I'd love to be able to tell you who we're going to buy, but at this moment in time, I don't know. We probably won't get nobody. So that would be a shame, I think. Or how was his way at Wolverhampton? Yeah. And I believe that when I see it. I don't think that happened yet. It could happen later on down the line in his career, but not yet. He's doing all right at Juventus for the time being, I think. So I get the humour in that, but not yet. Not yet. Well, Ranieri's got a 2-year contract. He signed a 2-year deal with us when he got appointed back in November. So I don't see, if we start up, I don't see him leaving. I don't see why he'd want to leave anyway. If he keeps us up in that, I don't see why he'd want to go for. I think it'd be a silly move for him. He wouldn't want to leave, I don't think. And I don't think Conte'd really want to take us over, I don't think. I love Conte, but I don't think that would... If you go down, who deserves to blame more, the owners or the manager? I don't think it's Ranieri's fault, because he's done well since taking over for us, and I think it's probably more the players and probably a mixture of the players and owners, really. I think a bit of both. This window's been appalling, you know. Where we are at the moment's not good enough, and something's got to change. We've had a whole month to try and sign players. Every Fulham fan I know has been clear of where we need to strengthen. We all know where we need to strengthen. We need a good centre-half and players like that, but nothing's happening. And I think they've got to take some responsibility, at least, as well as the players, because some of the players haven't performed up to the standards that we know they can, and it's just been a frustrating season all round. But I don't think you can really blame Ranieri. He's trying to get his best out of a group. He's got us a couple of clean sheets, which under Slavici Kanovic look like they're never going to happen. So I don't think you can blame Ranieri, but as I said, I think to wrap that up, I think it's more to blame managers / ownership. Both really take the blame for the pair of them. Yeah, Chelsea did get beat last night 4-0 by Bournemouth, which was a strange really. I mean, Higuain time for Chelsea, I didn't really think was really going to be a great signing. I think he's just similar to Morata at the moment. I mean, Morata's gone to Atletico Madrid, obviously, but even still, Higuain, I mean, you know, is he past his prime? I don't know. Didn't pull up trees at AC Milan. Obviously, he has worked with Sarri at Napoli 3 seasons ago. I think he scored 36 goals, which was the record for most league goals in a season in Serie A back then. So he'll be hoping to try and rebuild that. But looking unlikely for Chelsea at the moment. And I hope when we play them, they can still have that, you know, we can hopefully they'll still be in a little bit of a rat when we play them. So it gives us a bit more chance to beat them and then give them a few points. If we can beat Man City, I can't see... Man United... Look, we had a great opportunity to beat them up at Old Trafford, didn't we, when I was under Mourinho. We got turned over 4-1, which was a stupid performance that day. It was really silly. I mean, prior to that, we looked good under Ranieri. It was a freakish performance, but I think we can give Man United a good go. I don't think they're a fantastic side. They're a counter-attacking team, yeah, but if you can really focus on defending without the ball and stopping them from doing what they want to do, because they're quite clever on the Solskjaer. They'll look to sit in tight and they'll look to try and keep some of the more important pacey players quite wide and high up the pitch. So if you can... be a bit more proactive defensively without the ball and, you can definitely cause them problems. I think at the back, they're still a bit flaky at the back. Cardiff have got Bournemouth on Saturday. I expect Cardiff to beat them. I just think Bournemouth are a bit inconsistent, so I expect Cardiff to win. What did you think of the comeback against Brighton? Yeah, I was happy with that. At 2-0, I thought it was going to be game over. But to be fair to the boys, they dug in well. They, all four goals were good. That's the right attitude you need in a relegation battle. And my only negative thought is there, it took us, we're 2-0 down, and it all, we start playing when we're 2-0 down, which isn't good enough. We've got to be up for the fight from the first whistle, not to concede 2 goals and then chase the game from there. May not even play that well against us. It was just we made an error. I just don't think May not. They're doing okay, aren't they, under Solskjaer? Okay is an understatement. They've done really well under him, but I think his next run of games coming up. I think is it next week or the week after in the Champions League against PSG. That'll be his first big test, I think, against the European supergiant like them, and then maybe a few other tough games as well. Do you think the momentum will carry on against Brighton? I'd like to think it will, but we've seen before. We've beaten Burnley at home. We've got wins against Southampton. We don't kick on from there, and that's the most frustrating thing for us. February games are Palace away, United at home, West Ham away, Southampton away. They're winnable games there. I can see they're 3 big games there. Man United's probably going to be one of them games where a bonus game really, but Southampton away would be huge. So will West Ham as well, and even Crystal Palace. So if we can get maybe 6 or 7 points out of them, a few games, and that'll be a good appointment. Question come up: who's had the worst transfer window? I don't know. I really don't know. There's been a few clubs where I could look at and think they could have strengthened. I think at the moment, the best club is the best window so far. I think Newcastle will be up there. I think breaking their transfer record, getting a good player like Almiron help them. At the moment, I think we could have had we could be up there, probably the worst window we've had. I think we could be up there. I think in terms of our situation, we've made no signings at the moment. There just seems to be no talk really properly, doesn't there? I mean, there's a few deals on the side, but other than that, not much is really happening for us. And I think we're probably one of the main teams, I think, who's had the most disappointing window. I don't know really. I think some of the bigger clubs, I don't think, like Liverpool and that, I don't think they need to strengthen really at the moment. I think what they've got enough there. Same can be said for Man City. I think Man United as well. Can be, I think that can happen as well. Are you anticipating any big signings? Asked Samuel. No, I don't think we're going to get anyone big in. I think Mitrovic last year was brilliant, wasn't it? To still be in there late on, and we were lucky to get him, but I don't think we're going to make any big signings. I don't think we're going to sign anybody at all, really. And that would be a shame, but I can't wait for that meltdown on Twitter later on. If it gets to about 11 o'clock and we've not signed anybody, the amount of abuse Tony Khan will get on Twitter will be simply hilarious. And I think there's going to be a lot of disgruntlement around the club if that happens. Is Adoy's getting a bit better, but with Ream? Yeah, Dennis Adoy, to be fair to him, Dennis Adoy has done okay this season when he's been called upon. Tim Ream, I think, is finished here, and he'll go. What do you think of Harvard Nordveit? Well, we didn't do well at West Ham, did he? He was at West Ham a few years ago, signed there. I think he came from Mönchengladbach, I think it was. Didn't really settle West Ham. Went to Hoffenheim. I did watch Hoffenheim in the Champions League in about September. I think they played against Shakhtar Donetsk, and he played at centre-half under I forgot his name now, Nagelsmann, that's it. And he looked okay. I was impressed with him then, but that's only one game. You can't take too much from one game. But look, he can play in midfield as well, so he's a bit like Callum Chambers. He can play defensive midfield and centre-half as well, so it's a versatile signing, but I'd hope to get maybe one more in next to him. I just don't think him alone would be enough for us to even stay up. My opinions on the Kamara situation, well, look, I think he had to go, didn't he? I think when you're causing fights at training and when you're getting arrested as well, rumoured to get arrested, obviously, then you're going to have to go out on loan. I think if he gets out on loan, goes to a different country, so it might help him a bit, different culture. And he's just got to hopefully he'll mature and hopefully go away from himself, really, because he's still a bit immature, and hopefully the slow deal can do him some good. So we've just got to wait and see on that. Hopefully, look, if he does warm up, sell him up. Are you in the hammy end? I do sit in the hammy end, yeah. That's what I've been in the hammy end for a while now, so I wouldn't sit anywhere else, really. I've sat in the Johnny Haynes for a pre-season game a few years ago, and that, awful for me. We just need a centre-back, maybe another pacey striker and another midfielder. I think we could do maybe a right-back as well, maybe. I think a centre-back, right-back and a striker. I think midfield, I think we're pretty stocked up there. I think we're mainly light on the ground at the back and up front, so... But look, I don't see us get a striker, and I think that's going to be really unlikely. I think if we were to get a striker in, that would be strange. What's the biggest game of the season out of the remaining fixtures? Well, they're all big for us, really, aren't they? When you're in the bottom 3 and every game's like a cup final, I don't think there's really one game you can look to and think that's the biggest game, really. I think all of them, for us, are big games. Mason Mount won't leave Derby at the moment. He's there for the rest of the season. Chelsea haven't got a recall option, I don't think, invoked in his deal either, so I don't think that'll happen. Do you think Bolton will send a Championship? I don't know. Probably not. I think I could see Bolton slipping down. I think Phil Parkinson's done a good job. I just think the off the field problems with Ken Anderson there, with the ongoing financial trouble, the ongoing problem they had with Christian Doidge not signing on in January, going back to Forest Green, the whole thing with Remy Matthews as well, I think was a problem, and I think they will probably end up going down. Recall Marcelo Jallo, no way. Nordveit is not so. Yeah, I know Nordveit wasn't great, was he? But look, it's gonna be the best of a bad bunch, really. I think in terms of signings, I'm not expecting much, and I'm really not. It's getting to that point now where it's squeaky bum time. Obviously, are we going to get deals done? I really don't know. Who do you want to get top four? I think Liverpool win the league, even though they didn't play spectacularly good last night. I think they'll win the league. I think City will come second. Third, I could see. I could even see Tottenham even getting second or something. Second, maybe. So I see. Well, at least top three. Liverpool, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Spurs, whichever way you want that. And I think fourth. I could probably see United getting there, either United or Chelsea. I think I just don't see Arsenal maybe sticking it out. Apparently we've recalled Marcelo Jallo. Oh, fucking hell, have we? If we have recalled him, then we are really that desperate. And that's probably a sign of that we ain't going to sign nobody. I think if we're going to recall him, then don't expect any signings. Because I think, did he only play one game last year? I think it was a cameo appearance against Millwall, I think, when he came on with defending a 1-0 lead. And I remember he came up and he didn't do much. Just coming in and using his Cameroon defender room for apparently he's at Watford Park. There was a rumour floating around about a couple of hours ago that the deal hit a snag and it weren't going to happen, but I don't know. I've not heard. It's been very quiet about these three deals and that. There's not been much, there's not been much talk of anything really snowballing with them in terms of the actual deals. And that's not a pun about the recent weather either. Who will go down and how they do in the Championship? I think Huddersfield are going to go down. I think they're preparing for life in the Championship. Obviously signed Carlin Grant from Charlton. Done well at Charlton this year, actually. Built upon that good loan he had at Crawley last year. I think we'll go down as well, but I think we'll put up a good fight, but we'll just go down, I think, fractionally, and I think Cardiff as well. The one game I miss, we win, playing well. Well, I wasn't there either on Tuesday night, so, I missed two games, actually, Spurs and Brighton as well, so hopefully I'll be back for Man United in a week Saturday, which would be good. Obviously, not been at my best recently, but hopefully we are going to get there. Do a live stream deep into the night. Well, I don't know. I could do, but I don't know if many people would be around to watch it or not. It would just be me talking to myself to a camera till about stupid o'clock at night, and it wouldn't be good. And I don't want to do like a 5-hour live stream because I don't know. It'll probably take about ages to upload once this is finished and that, so I'm not too sure. Who have you beaten so far? We have beaten Burnley, Southampton, Brighton. I think we've won 3 games, I think, or 4. At the moment, my knowledge is all over the place. There's so much going on. I think there was a question about Nordveit there as well. Would he be a good sign? I don't know. I've not seen enough of him really to really come up with a definitive answer. I think at West Ham, he didn't. It was a bit of a stop-start really time at West Ham for him. At Hoffenheim, he's had a lot more game time. Played in the Champions League as well, so it's experience. But I just don't know. I think we're going to need somebody else to go in alongside him if we're actually going to look to try and throw down any serious challenge of even getting out of the situation we're in at the moment, but we just got to be patient. We need more chance. Look, I don't know. The atmosphere at Craven Court, it's okay, but chanting aside, what do you think about Tillemans to Leicester? I've probably butchered that name. Yeah, another one really who has a lot of potential. I know he was built up to be quite a big player at one point. Went to Monaco, I think, from Anderlecht, I think it was. I ain't seen enough of him really to really come up with again another arch. Too much French football out in the French league. So look, I don't know. Well, if he's good enough for Leicester, I know they've got a good core of young players in there. So if he's good enough for them, then good luck to him. Hopefully he'll carry on and do well for himself, which would be interesting. But Leicester are a funny team at the moment. They play well against the bigger teams, but then against the smaller teams, they really do struggle. No, atmosphere at Craven Cottage makes sense. Well, to be fair, actually on TV, when you watch Fulham on TV, the atmosphere is actually it's actually really poor, but it's a stark contrast what it's like at the ground. Because I've been at Fulham before when games have been on Sky, and I've come back and watched the highlights, and it's almost as if the cameras don't really pick up the actual sound because it's really annoying, really, I think. What do you think about Crouch to Burnley? Well, it's probably the most Burnley song you could think of, couldn't you, really? It's very Brexit, isn't it? I'm not, It's just very Brexit. What do you think about the Valencia rumour? Apparently that's not going to happen now. I think apparently from what I heard on, I've seen on social media that he turned us down on another club as well. He won't come to us anyway, I don't think. Coming into a relegation battle. That's the problem. When you want to buy these players from these bigger clubs and you're down in that bottom three, do they want to come and play in a relegation battle? 9 times out of 10 the answer is no. Because they don't want it to look bad on them and they just, they won't be interested. The acoustics of the ground, yeah. The thing about the ground is where the away fans are, where the away fans are, the Putney ends, you get more of a sound there for some reason. It's gone around on social media before that there was talk about us swapping ends at one point. It's not going to happen, I don't think. But the Putney end generates more sound really from where they are. That's why the away fans tend to sound a lot louder than what we do in the Hammersmith end. But just the way it goes sometimes. But the atmosphere at Craven Cottage, when it can be really good. But I don't think the Sky Sports cameras and that do it justice at all, in my opinion, because it only picks up the sound of the clappers, and it's a bit of a strange one really for me. But yeah, I think we need Fulham to stay up, but it's not looking likely, is it? It'll be disappointing if that's not. It'll be disappointing, yes, but it wouldn't surprise me because this window's just been a complete and utter cock up, really, hasn't it? And it wouldn't surprise me if we went right the way through to 11 o'clock, really. Don't want Levy out. I think he's done a good job answering the books. There's not much we can really do with the stadium on the way. Oh, it's Tottenham fan, is it? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, well, Pochettino, in my opinion, is working wonders there at the moment, doing what he's done there with the club without signing players. It's been good, but I think there will have to come a time where in the summer there will have to be a bit more investment. I think Max is the best defender we have, and the Marshall at left back, yeah, I think him and Odoi are good. I think if we can get maybe one good defender in between them two, and that we might see a bit more of a upturn in some defensive form. I think them two are good, and maybe an experienced head in between them might work, hopefully. But as I keep saying, and that nothing's happening at the moment, and if it does, then it's good. It'll be good. I don't think we'll do a Blackpool. No, I don't think we will. Our owners mean well, but they frustrate fans because they want what's best for the football club, but they have a strange way of doing things. It's just more frustration than actual anger, I think. This window's summed it up really well, I think. It epitomises it. We know what we wanted to get, but we haven't got it. But in the same breath, we've got so many things going on. The new stand being built. So there's things going on around the club which shows their long-term interest. And I don't think we'll do a Blackpool, no. I think if we have to do something, it'd probably be more of a Sunderland, really. But our owners and that, I can't fault them. They've always invested well in the group for the few seasons they've been here. They seem to, if you're talking last year, they got it right with the appointment 3 years ago to the V's, and they seem to be understanding the football club. This year's been a backward step again, which has been frustrating again, and I go back to that word frustrating. But no, I don't think we'll do a Blackpool, I don't think, because they mean well and they want what's best for the football club, but they've just got strange ways of going about it. So it's just frustrating for us fans to see that, really, instead of they do care, but just frustrating really how they go about things, as I said, which is annoying really because this club's got good potential. Since getting Babel, has he given? Yeah, I do agree. I think Babel's given us a bit more energy going forward. I think he's more of an intelligent version of Kamara. He's got his pace, he's got the power, but he's got a bit more of footballing brain, I think, as well. We need an ultra section with a drum. I don't think that would work. I don't think an ultra section would really work for us. I mean, at the back of the Hammersmith ends where more of our hardcore fans go if they want to chant and that. But if we had to have an ultra section like in the stand, where would it go? I mean, at the back it seems like that's been there for, at the back's been there for ages. If it gets to the point you have to beat us to stay up, can you see us beating us? Well, I don't know. It all depends on what type of form both teams are in going into it. At the moment, I don't think we play till about April time, so a lot can happen between now and then, but I can't really predict that at the moment because there's so many more games in between that first. So it's hard to look. I don't want to look too far forward. With Fulham Football Club, you can only really look one game at a time, really. I think Liam Moore would be a decent signing. He wanted to leave in the summer. I want to take him on a nice, cheap £10 million deal. Yeah, there could be that time where we start looking at players in the Championship, really. I think Liam Moore, he's been okay for Reading, not done too badly. I think he'd be a good sign for us. I think we could beat Newcastle. I don't know, it'd be a tough game, but I don't want to look too... That was last game of the season, I thought so. It was quite late on. Well, for all we know, we could be relegated by then, so it might not mean anything, really, but we've just got to wait and see. A lot's going to happen, really, and hopefully our fate will be sealed before that game. I don't want us to go into that last game of the season riding on it, so hopefully that won't have to happen, because I don't think I could sit through a survival game like we, the playoff final almost, that was enough last year for the nerves, but to go for another scenario like that at the complete opposite end of the table, could I fuck it like that? Excuse me. Do you think we'll sign a player? No, I don't think we will, unfortunately. I'd love us to try and sign some players, but I just don't know. I just don't know. It's looking unlikely at the moment. I don't want to think that, but for me, I just don't see anything happening. I really don't. We're leaving it very late. We're cutting it very, very fine. If we're to get somebody in, then whoopee. But if we don't, we don't. Do you think Kenny should start on the weekend? Yes, I think his recent performances, his recent cameo performance, he can. But if he doesn't, then I'll be frustrated, obviously, for Ranieri, because I think Kenny's been one of the more influential players off the bench. What I'm talking about, off the bench, I think. So, did you watch Barnet vs Brentford? Yes, I did. I watched that on Monday night. That's a good game. That was end-to-end stuff. That free kick from, I think, Dan Sparks. What a goal that was. Ollie Watkins dived for his penalty, but that don't surprise me with Brentford. Typical cheats, aren't they? But yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed that from the neutral perspective. End-to-end 3-3 proper cup game that was. I don't really watch many FA Cup games on TV because I just don't really. The FA Cup on the whole, I think it's not the same as it once was. But what can you do? Do you hate Brentford? I don't hate Brentford. I just find some of their fan base annoying. So they try and make a rivalry with us that I don't think is really there. Really, I don't really hate them. No, I don't really hate, but their fan base can be a bit annoying. Really, I think they try and wind us up and that, and some of our fan base rise to it. I just tend to ignore it all, really. Tony has lost his ambition. I don't know. Tony, I don't think he has, because he came out on Twitter and he said about multiple signings, really, didn't he? 3 weeks ago after the Burnley game, and that's the thing that annoys me. When you go out on Twitter and you promise multiple signings, and you've got to deliver, because I think as soon as you put that out on Twitter, then the fan base straight away will be expecting things, and it then adds that bit more pressure on you to go and deliver that. And he hasn't done it yet. Telling fans to go to hell off, that didn't help. But he was all right bigging himself up on Twitter, saying we're going to get this multiple players in, and it hasn't happened. So it's almost, I know the window's not over yet. We've got about 3 hours or so, is it, till the window shuts? But at the moment, it's looking highly likely. But I don't know, it's just really frustrating, really. It's just, if 2 words can really sum it up, pissed off, really, would just be perfect for me. It's just been really annoying. It said we learned that command due to international clearance. Any ideas what that's supposed to mean? International clearance, well, it's basically got to mean he's got to be cleared to play in that country, I think. When you're going out, it's like players coming in here as well. When you're getting international clearance, it's like work permits. You've got to have a work permit to play in that country for a certain period of time, really. So if you're going, it can happen even domestically. If players going to England from an English club, it can happen. If you're going abroad, then definitely it has to happen, because you've got to be cleared to play in the country. If you're not, then you can't sign for them. Simple as. So once that goes through, you'll be registered and ratified officially, and then you'll become a player for that club of the name I can't pronounce. So yeah, there's a lot to a transfer deal, isn't there? It's not like a computer game where you can just do it and then it's all done at tap of a button, really. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into a transfer deal, which is why I can kind of sympathise for Tony Khan in this window, because I know how hard it is, this January window. It's a tough window. What, are you happy with the Chelsea result yesterday? To be fair, I ain't fussed about Chelsea, really. I don't really look at their results and think I want them to get beat every week. I don't really care about them, really. They got beat last night 4-0, which was quite comical, but look, it's the way it is, isn't it? Will Cess and Kenny go if we go down? Ranieri doesn't seem to be keen on them. I can see all 3 going. Ranieri going, Kenny and Sessignon, I think. I think we'll probably have to cash in on them while we can. I don't think they'd want to stick around. And we'll have to rebuild from scratch again next year if we were to go down. Still think we will, but if we win against Palace, it might change. What happened to the Fulham career mode? I just didn't have enough time to do it. It took a lot of time to make and stuff. I just didn't have the time to do it. This is hence why it stopped a long time ago. That's timing, really. Didn't have enough time to do it, really. Yeah, Kamara would be a good player if he had a bit. I think just the brain, really. I think footballing brain and modern life brain as well. Would you say for them a proper rivalry like we do with Sunderland? I'd say probably Chelsea is the team that we don't like the most. I think when I went to Stamford Bridge in November or early December, it was. You could I come out the away end obviously after the game and we got absolute abuse. It's just abuse, really, because you come out the away end and that, and obviously the home fans come past the away end as well, so we got abuse quite there. But yeah, I'd say Chelsea's the team that we don't like the most, and we've got to play them in March, obviously, and I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a good game. But that was a good laugh at Stamford Bridge in December. Sang a few songs. Obviously, Alonso got rattled a bit, but I'm not going to talk about that particular scenario with him. But yeah, it was a good day. But I'll tell you what, though, Chelsea fans, that home atmosphere is probably the worst I've experienced Their atmosphere was awful. Didn't sing one song all game, apart from that Chelsea song they chant, which is just ridiculous. They didn't really sing much that day, and I suppose really when you've got a club like that, when you get a lot of overseas fans who come to games and that, it's always going to be a bit harder to generate a bit more of an atmosphere. I mean, you've got to look at Liverpool as well. I think that's another big example. And they're fantastic at Anfield, but really, I remember I watched our game on BT against them, and the atmosphere was quite poor. So, big club atmospheres are a strange thing, really. They're a bit sanitised, really, which is why I don't really like the Premier League. In terms of fan experience, I don't think the Premier League's great. It's a tough league, really, isn't it? Do you think the Seri should go? No, I thought Seri was superb on Tuesday night. I really did think he was good, really. I thought he was definitely showing signs of why we paid the money for him and why that big reputation. I think he shouldn't go at all. If he can play like that between now and the end of the season, it'll be one good signing. I went to Chelsea. Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's just, I think, as I said before, because they're such a, Chelsea are a brand, aren't they? It's not just a football club; it's a brand. It's like Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, Tottenham. They're a global brand, and they attract overseas supporters. So that's probably why they don't get many. That's why they're probably not renowned for having a great atmosphere, really, because they're overseas. Who do you think Ranieri doesn't play? Why do you think? I just don't know. He don't play Sessegnon. I don't think he probably doesn't really rate him. I don't think he's been quite critical of him in the past, saying he's got to bulk up a bit and improve his game. So he obviously doesn't rate him too much, which is a shame because I think he's one of the more talented youngsters we've got in our setup at the moment. But if you don't rate him, then well, I went to Spurs in August at Wembley, and the atmosphere wasn't great for me, and brutally honest as well. We haven't played a big team, the Cottage, trigger Arsenal fans didn't come in, and it would be nice to see how we get on at home against them. Yeah, I do think, I'm looking forward to playing the big teams at Fulham. We haven't played them for a while yet. In terms of fans, Championship fans are brilliant, much bigger than better than the Premier League. And when I've noticed a big difference really when we played teams like Sheffield Wednesday last year, and when they scored the goal last year, the absolute bedlam in the away ends is just great to watch. And I get that when I see now when you are in the Premier League, away teams don't really celebrate. The away fans don't celebrate as hard as you would see in the Championship, and it's really like more muted celebrations. So I just think it's a bit crap really, and I don't like that. Who would I sell at the moment? At the moment, I probably wouldn't sell anybody. It's more really for me. Well, probably Hansen out on loan maybe, and maybe McDonald because they're just no one in the first team at the moment, are they? So I'll probably let them two go out on loan. If I to let anyone go, Kamara's gone out on loan as we know as well. So, what are you optimistic at the start of the season? Yeah, I think every Fulham fan was. I think the signings are good, and generally, I think we were optimistic. Oh, I've not seen Newcastle fans actually celebrate a goal at our ground yet because I think the last time I watched them play us was when we beat you 1-0 on the first day of your first game of the Championship 2 years ago. So I haven't seen you celebrate a goal yet properly. So we'll have to look. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. All right. The past month or so it's been harder really. Health issues haven't been too good for me, but I'm slowly getting back to myself. It's just health issues have been a problem. It's not been like the illness like the colds and that. It's been a little bit more serious than that, and it's been a bit worrying. Is it the end of the world if that's something I want? I don't think it's the end of the world in particularly, but it won't help us, I don't think. I think we've got to bring players in. I just think new signings can inject a new lease of life into a side, and I think at the moment we could do with maybe 1 or 2 fresh players in there, and it's just not happening. Who's the best away support in the league? Oh, God, all the questions are flying in here. I've got to be quite quick and answer all these all in one go. What happens to the Cameroonian signing? I don't know. I don't know. I think the deal hit a snag. Opinion on Stefan leaving. Look, he has to get first team football, doesn't he? He's not got that at the moment, so I think it'll do him good. Going to West Brom might do him some good in the Championship. If we beat Palace with a chance of staying up, I do agree. I'm sorry if the questions seem rushed. They're flashing up on the screen very quickly. I'm not going to go for each one like that every time, so I do apologise if I'm missing some questions out. I do apologise for that. Are we staying up whilst Toby? I don't know. Saturday's the decider for me. If we win Saturday, then I think we can. If we lose Saturday, then I don't think we will. But at the moment, I'm undecided yet. I'm sitting on the fence, which is a bit of a coward's approach to answering a question of that calibre. Do you think we'll go straight back up if we get relegated? No. I think if we go down, I don't think we'll challenge. I think it'll be a rebuilding season. Then we'll maybe challenge in the second season. Yeah, I did see Jamie Weir get a... on Sky Sports, he got a Fulham cake. Yeah, and he got a Fulham scarf as well, because he's been reporting for us for Deadline Day today, just Jamie Weir. And yeah, it's good to see clubs do that, because these reporters, they've been there since like 7 o'clock in the morning. It's about, what, well, 16-hour days and that, really. I'm just looking at Watch counting the hours there, so it's about a 16-hour day, really. And they probably don't even finish at 11 o'clock, do they? They probably stay till midnight if certain deals get stuff done as well. So They do deserve a lot of credit for doing that. To be fair, I'd like to do that, something like that. Stand out in the cold, and I'd do something like that. Like, that would be something that would really be right up my street, or something like that. Do you rate Nord fight? I've not seen enough of him to really answer that at all. I've not seen enough of him to justify whether or not I'd rate him or not. He's a good player from what I've heard, but I'd need to see a bit more of him before I could see that. I don't watch loads of European football because it's on Premier Sports and things like that, which I just don't have a subscription for. Who is your favourite Fulham player ever? Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know. I've got a load of good players really. I'd say probably Johnny Haynes would be up there just for the fact of how good he was. Well, I never saw him play obviously, I'm not that old, but he was a good player. I'd probably say he's up there. And it seems to me that all the good players we've had have never been the expensive signings. They've always been like the more cheaper type of signings, and they've always gone to be good things. Like I remember when we went up, last time we came up, we had a bloody great team, didn't we? Saha, Barry Hales, Lee Clark, Kit Simons, Chris Coleman, Simon Morgan. You know, we had a cracking spine in that team when we went up. How tall am I? I'm about 6'2", 6'3". I'm a big boy, quite a tall lad. Don't ask me how. I just suddenly shot up when I was about 15, and I've just not stopped growing since. Was failings in the cup our secret miracle? It could have been. It could have been. It allowed us a week's break last week to work on things. It could be. It could be a thing. No, you're awful when you're 6 points off of Fulham. I know a lot of people criticise Fulham, but Huddersfield are awful. Huddersfield ain't done too good. Unfortunately, I'm not going Palace, no. I've got other plans on Saturday, so unfortunately I can't make Crystal Palace. Away games, as I said before, are not always convenient to get to because I tend to have things going on the weeks of away games. Usually my home weekends are free, but away games for me are usually... If Fulham start, how you celebrate? I don't know really. I don't know. I'll probably have a few beers like I did when we went up. Because I'm old enough to drink, which is just before anybody asks, so I can legally buy a drink and that. So I probably did what I did when we went up, when we got promoted. I had a few beers and stuff like that, and just saw the night through watching the Champions League final. That'll probably be happy, obviously, but I've never wanted to go out on the piss and get absolutely hammered if we stay up or win a league and that. But I'd probably have a few beers and celebrate like that, really. Be happy. Yeah, just probably chill out and that. Have a few beers and just really reflect on what an absolute rollercoaster season it's been. And look to just reflect and recharge the batteries over the summer and prepare for the next season ahead, which is what I like to do in the summer. I enjoy the summer, obviously, because obviously the football season's going on. I'm constantly on if the football season's half me, you know. How old were you when you started drinking? I was about 16. I was about 15, 16 when I started drinking, really. So, yeah. Well, you ordered the Yeah, I was. Yeah, when you got promoted. Yeah, well, in May, yeah. I turned 18 in April, so I was old enough to buy a drink in May, yeah. So it makes sense, yeah. Someone thought they're going to get a tattoo if they get promoted. Well, I'll give credit for that. Tattoos for me are a strange thing. I don't know if I'd really want to get one. Part of me wants to get one, but then part of me doesn't really. But glad that we've played Burnley twice now. 100% Crouch would have... Yeah, Crouch, yeah. Brexit signing. I wouldn't want to... Dennis Adoy come up against him, mate. That'd be a complete mismatch, wouldn't it? It wouldn't have been a good thing. But yeah, I'm happy we've played Burnley twice now. Typical Brexit team, really, aren't they? English signings only. You know, but that's how they operate and it works for them. So you can't fault them too much. Oh, pardon me. With this live stream, that you see me coughing, burping, all the things you wouldn't see on a normal video, which get cut out and stuff like that. You get all the glory effects on there, which is quite comical, really, isn't it? So I like doing these live streams. It adds a bit of personality. Did you go to sixth form or college? Yeah, I finished college last year, really. So just doing my thing at the moment, just growing up, sorting things out and that at the moment. Nothing too much. So yeah. I didn't really like the whole idea of college, really. I'd rather have gone into work earlier at the time, but it's the way the law was and that. You can't really fault the law, but it's the way things are. I don't even know if I saw the weather forecast that it might be snowing and that. I don't know how we've talked onto the weather forecast, but if it does snow, that'd be interesting. What career path to get into? I'd like to get into sports media. It's something I've always had a stern interest in. It's always something I've loved. I'd love, you know, even commentary and that. I would love to do something like that. Like, go on the gantry of Gentleman Gym one day and commentate the game would be fantastic. If the club could even allow me the opportunity to do that, that would be brilliant. But yeah, I'd like to work in the media, with some sport channel or something like that, or just even locally or anything like that. Do you know any friends or family? Do your friends and family know you do? Yeah, everyone, most of my family know I do it. They're all supportive of me and that, which is good, really. And even if people took the piss out of me, I really wouldn't care, because I do what I enjoy. And it's doing okay, really, so I'm happy with what I get. I get a lot of good messages from people and that, which is nice. Touch wood, I don't get any horrible messages, which is good. I try and keep my my content as fair as possible. I'm never one of them fans who'd make silly content trying to get attention and that. I see a lot of other fan channels who do these silly things to get attention, and it's not me really. I like to do my own thing. I'm not a person who'd want to show off and do these arrogant type of things to try and get attention. It's just not me really. I think what you see on the camera is what you'd seem, yeah, you seem to be different when you celebrate. Well, football, you know, it brings out a different side to me. You know, it's like football. You know, I'm a passionate fan of, so I love it when we win, and I hate it when we lose. So you're cool. You know, if anyone sat next to me at football, you'd see a different side to me there than what you probably see here. Like, I'm away from football. Most of my family, I'm quite quiet and I'm relaxed. You know, I don't really say much, but yeah. Of course, when you score a goal, you got to celebrate good, don't you? It's just you got to, don't you? You don't want to celebrate a goal like and all that, do you? But you just got to be happy. But it's like the one chance I get to let a fall my stress at football, so that's why I go mad. Equalised against us. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was a Wembley. Yeah, that was a good one in the away end. Huddersfield was good. I almost fell over when we scored. I think that I had that on camera as well. When I was actually on my knees nearly when I scored against Huddersfield. Out of all the fan channels, which one do you hate most? For me, it's AFTV. I don't know. Yeah, I think AFTV are up there. I ain't got a problem with the majority of the channel. I think there's just a few individuals on there who just do these unnecessary, silly things. They argue on social media and that. I like a lot of the people on AFTV. There's a few good, honest people on there who really express their opinions well. And I've said before that I do like Lee on their Lee Judges. I think he's probably the best on there because you just get an upfront, honest view without any stupid antics or anything like that. You just get an honest thing. Lee Gunner as well. I think he's all right. I've seen him before. He's decent as well on there. But you get a few who do play up to the camera, I think, as well. I'm happy Spurs don't really have one. Yeah, we've got, well, Fulhamish do fan cams, and I like them because they're actually not one of them type of things. No, they're not like AFTV. We've got good fans on there who do things like that. Yeah, Mark Goldbridge, yeah, I like him. I find him really funny. Like, I don't want to judge him because I don't know him personally. I don't want to prejudge people, but I find him really funny. I don't know why he gets all this hate for. He knows he's funny, and I like all the analogies he comes out with. The way he just comes out and on the spots is absolute quality, or if it's on the spot. But he's really funny, and I enjoy watching him and that. I like his opinions. I like his passion as well. He's a passionate fan who likes his club, and yeah, he's entertaining. I find him entertaining. I always try and watch his live streams. I don't really watch his watch-alongs. When his watch-alongs are always on when I'm watching the actual game live on TV, so I don't always watch them, but. Troops is good, yeah, I like Troops. When we played Arsenal here, when he come on Fulhamish with the fan cams, he was very honest with us and said that we could probably stay up. I like Troops, yeah, I remember, I can't remember what it was. I think it was on Blood Brothers where they showed where he came from and that. So he obviously grew up in hard times, or from what I've seen on Blood Brothers he did. I don't know him personally, as I said, but yeah, I like Troops. He's obviously worked hard to get to where he is, and yeah. I admire people like that who work hard and then they deserve what they get, and I think he's definitely one of them people who's worked hard for what he's done, and he gets it. He's passionate about Arsenal. He cares about the club, so you can't really argue with that at all. He's a good fan, and that he's not one of them attention seekers. I think he speaks, he speaks with the heart. Lawrence McKennie versus Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. Lawrence McKenna, I called him Lawrence McKennie there. I don't know why I said that, but Lawrence and True Geordie are absolutely hilarious. I love the pair of them. Listen to all their podcasts, watch their videos. Yeah, Lawrence McKenna, I find really funny. I just think he's brilliant. Do you think DT cares? Yeah, I don't know. I don't like judging people, but he always gets criticised because his vlogs are like over 10 minutes long. I don't make any financial profit off my videos. I don't want to. I don't think I wouldn't want to anyway. But I could do it if I wanted to, but I choose not to, just for the fact that I don't want to. And I'd rather do it as a hobby. I do it because I want to do it because I want to share my experience of supporting my team. I don't want to go into it thinking, oh yeah, I can make a quick buck off doing this. I've done this just to try and really give a bit more of an insight to what it's like as an individual Fulham fan. Obviously, we've got Fulhamish podcasts who do their own content, which is fantastic as well. But yeah, I know. Yeah, DT has made his own merch with his popularity. I suppose that can happen as well. That's probably where he gets his extra income from as well. Probably when he sells merch as well. That can happen as well. But I don't see myself making any merchandise anytime soon. I don't think that'd happen anyway. And probably nobody would want to buy it anyway if I made it. And I don't think I've got any cool catchphrases to make if I did anyway. I don't think that would be. Yeah, I wouldn't want to make money from it anyway. Really, even if it was big enough, I probably wouldn't choose to anyway. I'd rather actually use this as a hobby anyway. So yeah, but DT, I know he's probably making a lot of money because I think he's probably got so many like media outlets wanting to use him. People like Robbie and that, which is good. Did you watch the Sunderland doc? I haven't got around to watching it yet actually. I do intend on watching it soon, but I just haven't got around to watching it. So I will hopefully watch it in the not too distant future. Matthew says hi. Yep, all right, mate. Good stuff. Got a nice sort of stream going here, ticking along nicely. 50 minutes in, which is good. That's what I like. A few people in here as well, which is always nice. These live streams are nice, really. I enjoy doing these. Obviously, deadline day has obviously occurred on Thursday, which is even better. But yeah. Can you search up a game called Hitch? I don't know. How do you make your thumbnails? Well, I make them all by myself. Just screenshot. If we score a goal, oh, we're signing somebody, are we? Okay. Do you think we're signing one before 11? I don't know. I want us to, but I don't know. Going back to the whole thumbnails thing, if we like from a match day vlog, if I take a picture, like if we celebrate a goal, I'll screenshot that. Get the 2 badges up, Premier League logo, text on it. It's quite simple. It doesn't take long at all, really, but. Oh, no, I ain't got a problem with you because you're a Cardiff fan. I like all fans, really. As long as you don't really come on here and start abusing me and that for no reason. And yeah, Cardiff fans I ain't got a problem with. Do you play video games? Now and again, now and again I do. What atmosphere is better at Craven Cottage against QPR or against Brentford? I don't know, really. Last year, both games were quite good atmosphere-wise. It's tough to split, really. I think... Brentford is more their big day out, really. And that's not me trying to take the piss. It just comes across the way it is because they sell out their biggest away allocation normally for us. And I'd probably say Brentford game's probably better. Who do you think is going down? I'd probably say Huddersfield, us. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to see... I don't know. It's tough. Either Cardiff or Southampton, I think. I can see Newcastle getting out of it. Going back to the whole video games thing, I do play video games. Not a lot as much as I used to now, but I have obviously played Red Dead. I do have Red Dead Redemption 2. I completed that about 3-4 weeks ago. That was a good game. It was not. I enjoyed playing that. I play FIFA now and again, but FIFA's just gone really poor this year, and it has been for a while, so I don't play it. Do you think Terry was worth it? Well, on Tuesday he performed well, so hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, I know Smith. Palmer's FC, I think is that him? Is it Smith? I know he is. He doesn't do his on the road videos. Smith. I think if it's the ones who's Palmer. Have you heard of Kumar, Fisher, Farley, or Meredith? Yeah, I did see your comment, Lisa, that we are signing somebody. Just these comments come up so quickly. I don't actually. I did see that we are probably going to sign somebody. Have you ever played Pro Evolution Soccer? Yeah, I did have Pez on Xbox 360 a long time ago. I played the trials on Xbox One. Did you remember that Yotta last-minute winner against us under kit? Yeah, that was horrible. I remember that. Rodiega equalised, and they all ran on the pitch after the Brentford fans, didn't they, at Griffin Park? Then that was a hard night, that was to take. And then they beat us easily at Craven Cottage. Because I did the stadium tour, actually, the day after the beat us at Craven Cottage over Easter in that season as well. And I remember walking through Bishop's Park, and there's all stickers over the lampposts of Brentford and all that. And, you know, it was interesting. Apparently, Fulham were after a player called Carababo in League One. Sounds like some sort of drunken slang word for kebab after you get drunk on a Friday night out. Carababo. Do you remember beating us 4-0? Oof. Wait, oof. Do you remember? I can't remember. My mind's all over the place. If that's a Spurs fan there who's asked that, then I don't know. He's a wing back. Oh God. I don't know. We're getting into that stage now where it's getting worrying for us, isn't it? We're going to get into that stage now where we've got to find some of that. What do you think of Tottenham versus? Well, if I'd film my reaction to that Tottenham goal, you'd all probably laugh because I didn't scream or shout. I could see it coming. I just sat there like that for about 5 minutes, just shocked. My mouth jaw was open like that. I was shocked. And if you could probably took a picture, it'd be really funny. But in the FA Cup, wasn't it Dembele's? Was that the FA Cup run when we got like quite far in and didn't get beat by like Sheffield United or something, like the semi-final or something, or was it like quarter-final or something? I can't remember. I don't remember it too well. Yeah, Boohoo Man, yeah, the tracksuits. They do some good stuff on there, Boohoo Man. I buy most of my clothes off there. It's reasonably cheap and that, and they do some good bits on there, good loungewear and stuff like that. Good stuff to go out in as well. So most of the time I can't be bothered to actually go out to the shops and buy it now. So most things I just buy online nowadays. And that lazy of me, I know, but look, my choice and it's easy really. Did you go to any Europa League games when you got to the final? No, I was actually 8 years old when we got to the final, or 9 years old. So unfortunately I didn't go. That's probably my biggest regret. Why haven't we signed anyone except Babel yet? did someone still take his computer? I don't know why we haven't signed anybody yet. I'd love to be the answer to that, and I know a lot of people come to me in that to try and provide answers with the club. If the club could, I'd love it if the club could hire me, because I'd love to be involved in something like this on deadline day, like pumping out updates for people on Twitter and stuff. I'd love to. How many Fulham tops do you think you have? I've got quite a few. My first Fulham shirt was the black Pipex away shirt from I think about 2006. I think it was. I wanted to get the one I wanted to get was the turquoise one, but I didn't have it in the shop that day, so I bought the black one. It's got all the shirts going back from 14-15. Then that's when I started collecting Fulham shirts. Are you watching Sky Sports at the moment? I'm not watching it at the moment. No, I've got it on downstairs. I've been watching it, but Carlos Carvalhal's on there, and I can't understand a word he's saying on there. So I've got the yellow and black shirt. I've got them all actually in another room. Actually, I've got them all the away ones. If you want the back of the shirts, on that black and orange away shirt, 14-15 Rodiega, McCormack on the home shirt. I've got, who else have I got? I've got Johansson on the last season shirt. Didn't get a name on the 16-17 shirt. Didn't get a name on the away shirt last year either. I only tend to get names on the home shirts really. I don't really get them on the away shirt. Have I got the away? Did I get the away shirt this year? No, I ain't got the away shirt this year either. So I've got Rodiega, Rodiega, McCormack, Johansson, Mitrovic on this one as well. Actually, forgetting that Mitrovic as well. What was better, the Fulham team last season or Blackpool team? I don't know. I think quality-wise, us, but then fighting spirit in terms of that, Blackpool probably. The other black one, yeah, the other black one was with O'Hara. Yeah, he scored that. Didn't he score that good goal at Sheffield Wednesday? That shirt where he like put some ridiculous backspin on the volley and it got trickled in or something when we lost that day. Fulham are trying to sign Man United youngster Dimitri Mitchell. Yeah, he was at Hearts last year and I think he did well there, but I think he did all right. Who has the best kit in the league this season? I like our kit. I think it's quite nice. Not being biased there, of course, but I don't know. We've got a few good shirts. Is it snowing where you are? Well, I don't know. Bear with me a second, guys. I'm gonna look out my window. No, it's not. It's actually not. It's not snowing where I am at the moment. Although it's forecast to later on tonight, but it's not. So I'm praying it does, which would be nice. Do you agree with playoffs, or do you think it should just be top three go up? I don't know. I think playoffs are good for the neutral, but I just don't know. I think that we should keep the playoffs. I think it's good. Sky Sport, the deadline day, I think it is overhyped. I think they've made such a big thing of it now. It's been generally quite poor today, hasn't it, really? It's not been good at all. I don't think it's as good as it once was. I think it's overhyped. Yeah, playoffs is interesting. I suppose, really, if you're in the top six, yeah, I think it's good. Are you still part of Fulhamish? Yes, I am. We've had a few technical difficulties getting the actual predicted 11 up last week and things like that. I sent them off to Sammy with a few technical difficulties getting them up. I'm probably going to film one tomorrow. I'll probably have to message Sammy again tonight or tomorrow, let her know I film one. But with a few technical difficulties getting some of the bits up onto the channel last week and the week before. So hopefully that'll be sorted out. And hopefully I can upload the predicted 11 and bits like that. I need to actually sort out what's going on. I don't want to interfere with Fulhamish too much because I know what they've got going on is good. And I just like doing what, chipping in now and again. Do you know a Fulham fan like Alex Chapman? No, I don't. Score of Palace away, 2-1 Fulham. I'm going to be brave here. Think we're going to win. Shock horror, because I don't. Well, hopefully we do. Deadline day has lost its appeal when they stop going to the club's training grounds. They do go to club's training grounds, but they had to stop it because of the fans. Unfortunately, if you remember about 4 or 5 years ago, one reporter had a purple dildo shoved in his head, didn't he, and things like that, which is quite comical. But yeah, they sort of like, why not get Thomas Vermaelen in? He doesn't play for Barcelona. It'd be a gamble, wouldn't it? Who do you think we should sign at right back? And what do you think about Christie playing right back? Christie at right back's frustrating. I think the second goal, I mean, what the hell is he doing on Tuesday? I think the whole our back line pushed up, and he's basically stood there looking around. Glenn Murray's played on side and he scored, so it's a shame. Feel like Wickham's going to have a blinder. Wickham's a decent player. He's obviously this fitness issues, but I don't know. He could do. Will Derby's points record get broken anytime soon? I don't think it will, to be honest. I don't know. I don't think it will. I think they were just an absolute shit team, Derby, when they came. They got really poor work. They didn't strengthen a lot, and I don't think it will. Fredericks over Cyrus Christie for me, I think. Fredericks, his whole really style of play just suited us better. I still believe if you take away his pace, I don't think he's a good player. I think he's blessed with the pace he's got, which makes him a better player than probably what he is. Because I think defensively he's not fantastic, and I think his pace gets him out of a lot of situations. Christie just runs down the line, cuts back, loses the ball, and doesn't track back. He's a wing back, really, isn't he? Just I don't know. He's all right, Christie, and that he'll do a job now, but long term he'll have to be replaced. I just don't think it'll carry on into next year, depending on what league we're in next year. But I'll still be renewing my season ticket next year. What's up with Fosu Mensah? He's not played for us for a long time. Ranieri doesn't rate him. We want to let him go, but Man United don't want him back either. So, you know, do you have a fantasy team? And if so, how's it doing? Well, I do. And unfortunately, I haven't updated it for a while. And the last time I checked it, I had Duffy and Duncan with 2 centre halves. And as we all know, on Tuesday they got pummeled. So I haven't checked it yet. So I will check it sooner, in the next few weeks. So, but I'm one of the people who does fantasy football for about the first week of the season and just leaves it. Really, I just don't really check it. Just totally forget about it really. But yeah, didn't Tony Khan say he was going to sign? He did after the Burnley game. Was promised multiples. Haven't got them. I'm 4th in my fantasy league. Well, that's quite good. Do you play Football Manager? No, I do want to play it, but I just ain't got the. I don't have much time to sit around playing games like that. But I do want to play it. If it went onto console, then yeah. But I'd like to play more. I think it's a good game. They should really expand to consoles. I think it could really rival FIFA in terms of that whole like career mode aspect. Because career mode on FIFA is garbage. I don't like it really. It's unrealistic for my liking really. But yeah, we've just got to see what happens with you know. But yeah. I do like Football Manager. I think it's a good game. Very in-depth, as to what probably we get with FIFA. But what was the game like when you played Bournemouth in October? That was quite poor, really. We got stuffed 3-0. It was a terrible game. It weren't good at all. And yeah, people actually in the comments abused me for leaving early that day after Wilson scored the 3rd goal, which I found quite harsh because it was like 88th minute I left, and I don't leave early oftenly either. There's people left at half time, I think, on Tuesday night, so that's just stupid, isn't it? When you leave early at half time, ridiculous. My only issue for FIFA, there's no online career mode. I don't know, FIFA's just got boring for me in that. I just got stale. I would play pro clubs, but I just don't have a club to play at the moment on pro clubs. But I'd probably go on to play that. What's the best performance so far this season? Oh, I don't know. I'd probably say Tuesday night was that was a good performance. Really, Tuesday night was good. Worst performance, probably Arsenal. Did alright at half time there, but we just crumbled second half, didn't we? So probably them two for me. But yeah, I don't leave Fulham games a lot, unless we're playing really poor. I thought that was our worst home performance this season. Wilson had so much pace. He did, yeah. It was quite poor that game, yeah. Join Latma Drillers on pro clubs. What, is that on Xbox, is it? I don't know. If anyone's got Xbox and that, I'd be more than happy to start my own pro club if people want to play pro clubs on that with me and that. I'd be more than happy to. I haven't played pro clubs in years, so I'd like to get back onto that now and again if I got a bit of time. I think Man United was our worst. Yeah, that probably rivals it, but I think Arsenal, we just totally crumbled, didn't we, that day? On PlayStation, sadly. Oh, fair enough, that's alright, PlayStation. No problem. No problemo. I don't probably won't have much time to play it anyway, so it happens, doesn't it? Sabali looks to be off. Yeah, to be fair, I was never confident that was going to go through, really. I think it was always going to be unlikely, wasn't it? I'm a season ticket goal didn't have me end, and it was annoying on Tuesday when it took us. Yeah, I know, that's what I said earlier on in the stream. It's annoying, 2-0 down to suddenly start playing again. Yeah, I do agree with that. It is frustrating. We've got to compete from the first whistle, and we weren't doing that, so it's annoying. Pro clubs would be a good idea. I probably wouldn't broadcast it on my channel, but I'd probably play it just, in my spare time and that. Cause I don't want to contaminate this with FIFA gameplay and that, because it takes up too much time to do. And it's not me being lazy, but it's just time that I don't have to sit down, play, record, upload, and all that. It's effort. It's effort, which I do put effort into my videos, but it's just too much more time on top of the things I do already, and it's just totally pile up, and it just causes too much stress, which I've been told that I don't need at the moment. So I've got to take things easy and relax at the moment, which I'm trying to do. But Fulham do a very good thing of really stressing me out, and this window has stressed me out. Does National League need to be added on FIFA? If it was, I'd play FIFA a lot more. I have played Football Manager in the past. I always do like National League, like Road to Glories. I do like non-league football. I follow it a lot. I watch the National League show on BT Sport every week religiously. And I like all football. Watch the EFL highlights, match. I don't watch Match of the Day really, because I think the Match of the Day is garbage. I think the coverage is poor. I got bored of FIFA in November. I stopped playing FIFA. I don't know why I buy it really every year. I don't know why I buy it. It's a waste of like 50 quid to get it on release. It's just a waste of money now. I might stop buying it soon, I think. How did you get on against Everton and Watford? We lost 3-0 at Goodison Park, and we drew 1-1 at home against Watford. Yeah, Vieira did finally score a goal. Good to see him get a goal as well. That'll do his confidence good. I'm doing a Leighton Orient same football manager. That'll be interesting. If I had to do it, I'd like to do Dagenham and Redbridge. Also, they've got a new consortium there with Tim Howard and people like that. They're not doing too bad under Peter Taylor in the league at the moment, obviously. They're doing quite well at the moment. They've got a few decent players in there as well. So I'd probably do Dagenham and Redbridge. Or I'd probably do like one of my two local teams in the National League South. What do you think of the idea of European Super League? Obviously Fulham would be in it. We'd probably somehow find a way to get relegated from it as well, probably, which would be quite funny. European Super League. They didn't even show Dale Stevens' challenge on Shirley yesterday, match of the day. I watched the highlights on Sky Sports Premier League, the half-an-hour highlights, and I watched them yesterday, and the coverage was so much better because you actually saw really good highlights. They showed the tackle Dale Stevens put in, and it was really, really fair. It wasn't like the match of the day crap where you get the chopped up bias bits. I'll watch them on. That's probably when I can watch highlights now. Usually on a Saturday night on Sky Sports on the game of the day, like what used to be called Football First, obviously, and that's probably I'll watch the highlights now because you get better commentary, you get better highlights, and it's just better, you know, match of the day is biased, really. If you're not a big club, you don't get anywhere on match of the day. I think it's just ridiculous. And I probably won't, I don't like match of the day. I think the punditry is rubbish. Sky or BT, I like both. I'm lucky to have both as well, so I like BT's coverage. It's good because you get a mixture of both. I do like Sky. I'm not, hold that thought. I'm not singing any songs on live stream. No way. But going back to Sky and BT, I like them both really. It's a mixture of two different things, which is what you like to see really. They're not the same. I think both coverage is unique. I think Sky Sports is probably more serious. I probably would say BT's more relaxed, which is probably what I like. I agree with you. If we had 10 seconds on match of the day and nearly lost it, and yeah, I know, yeah. I'd probably advise you all to probably watch them on Sky Sports, the match highlights. You get half an hour, as I said before, and it's better, really. Much better. So I'd probably advise anyone to watch it now. Don't watch Match of the Day. I'm stopping people from watching it. BBC will kill me for saying that, but I don't watch it. I like the EFL on Quest because that's good. I like that. I think Colin Murray does a good job there, which is good. Callum Chambers' goal was fantastic. From a static stance to manage to generate that much power behind the ball with little backlift on it as well to get it in that top corner. It's good. It was a good strike. Why the atmosphere poor? So, as I said before, when you're watching it on TV, the atmosphere it comes across poor. But actually, in the stadium, it's actually not that bad. Do you like the YouTube snippets that BT do from their debates after the big games on the weekend? Yes, I do. I think it's quite good. I've been fortunate enough that some of my tweets have been on BT Sport in the past as well. After the Bournemouth game, my little tweet came up and they were talking about it as well, which was good. It was good to get some recognition on there, which is quite good. I was really proud of myself. That was good to get some recognition there. And they spent a couple of minutes talking about my tweet. Chris Sutton was on there, I think. Paul Hartson, I think it is as well. So that was good. And that, BT are good. So they get like fans involved as well, which is hopefully I'd like to get involved in something like that. Like get seen on TV a few more times. I was in the Fulham Sky Sports advert for the Premier League launch. If you remember that back in August, I was on there. My little bit from Wembley was put in there. Got paid a nice bit of money for that as well, which is quite good. Should we recall Rory Fonte? No, we shouldn't, I don't think. So, I don't know how he's done. I hate how when Derby play the commentators. I know they always call him Frank Lampard's Derby, don't they? And it's like Sol Campbell out Macclesfield. They call it Sol Campbell's Macclesfield as well, which is just strange, isn't it? I think Mitch Richards is the 5th best scorer in the league. Yeah, he is. He's got 10 now this season. He's done very well, really. I think he's so underrated. Will Frank Lampard take Derby to the Premier League? Probably not this year, I don't think. I don't know. I don't think this year. I think there's probably... If they're going to stand at top 6, and I don't think so, I'll just probably see someone at West Brom with a bit more note of that would probably go up, I think, ahead of them. They're a good team, don't get me wrong, but I just don't see them going up this year. If we went down, who'd you go for? It's Ranieri. Pardon me. If they don't go up, I'd break the bank to get Chris Wilder. I'm an absolute massive fan of him. Massive fan of his. They've made a bloody brilliant sign getting Scott Hogan in on the loan deal this year. For the next couple of weeks. I think he's a really good manager. He plays some good expansive football. He's not a hoofball manager. He plays a good style of football as well, and I think he'd definitely suit us. He's obviously done well at Sheffield United, a big club. And I think it'd work. Get Slav back when we go down, that wouldn't work. And look, if we were to get Slav back, it'd be stupid to get Slav back. It wouldn't work. Ian Holloway, always wanted him. We could do better than Ian Holloway. We could do much better than him. We could do much better than Ian Holloway. Believe you me. And why would we want somebody who's managed QPR for come down our ground and you know, manage us and that. It's just we don't. But if they don't go up this season, I'd go Chris Wilder. Rebuilt Sheffield United when they were marooned in League One. How many strikers has Sheffield United got? They've signed so many in the summer and January. Leon Clark's gone to Wigan on loan. They let another one go as well. They've got Scott Hogan, Billy Sharp. I can't remember who else they've got. Luca to fight on the Logan Paul KSI undercard. No, I wouldn't box. Wilder's Sheffield United fan, he would never leave. Be surprised. Neil Warnock's also a Sheffield United fan as well. He'd never leave. But he went to Cardiff. He's been to a few other clubs as well. So if we weren't going to get up this year and that, then I think it'd be a good time to leave. Yeah, he did a good job at Blackpool, but he did a terrible job at Millwall. Didn't do great at QPR either. Two recent jobs that get remembered for most. Yeah, McGoldrick as well and Gary Medine, yeah. They've got 4 good strikers there who can definitely get them up. McGoldrick on a free signing who scored quite a few goals this year as well. Medine was an interesting one, but I think Scott Hogan's a fantastic signing. Obviously, hasn't done great at Aston Villa, but he's a finisher, and I think he'll do good. But I'm a big fan of Billy Sharp. I think if we go down next year, we should try and buy him. I think he's just he'll guarantee you goals in the Championship. I know he's about 33, but that instinct of scoring goals never leaves you. What do you think of the Leeds manager, the spying? Look, I ain't got a problem with it. He's not done anything wrong. He's broken no laws. He's only watching a bit of training. It's not as if he's you know, what's wrong with it? It's good. I love it. I love seeing all some of the other managers get triggered and stuff. It's funny, you know, it's refreshing. I don't have a problem with it. If anything, I'll take it as a compliment. If he wants to come and spy on us and watch my team train, it must mean that he thinks we're a good team. Would you take Pulis doing a decent job at Middlesbrough? Tony Pulis, no way. Don't want him at our club. I don't think he's done a fantastic job there at all, really. I think they start the season off so well, but it's just gone backwards. Middlesbrough fans ain't happy there either, so no. Favourite stadium that you've been to away from home? I'd probably say Wembley, I think. Wembley's been good. I enjoyed Wembley. Fantastic stadium. Absolutely massive. I've only been there twice. The 2 times that Fulham went. That's the only 2 times I've been there. So yeah, I'd probably say Wembley. Do I have any pets? No, I don't, unfortunately, have any pets. Not where I am at the moment, but not at the moment. No, I don't have any pets. Pet-free household. Yeah. I would like a pet, but yeah. Has the Mikel and Gadjui deal stalled? I don't know. And if that pronunciation, I've done well to nail that, because I think that's right in Gadjui. I think it was. And if I've nailed that, then that's good. Because I heard it on Sky Sports today, but where's Nordfight? Somewhere, not coming to Fulham probably. Big Fat Sam to Fulham, Sunderland fans and Blackburn fans love him. No, you don't want Big Sam either. He won't come to us anyway. I don't think that'd be good for us. I don't think that'd do us any good, really, getting Big Sam in. It wouldn't do us any good. Freddie Cooper persistently talking about Gary Rowett. My opinions on that, we know about that, so I will not be answering on Gary Rowett. As a Spurs fan, you lose all the romanticism around Wembley, begin to hate it because it's so far away. For me, it's a little bit nearer to get to Wembley than it is to go to Fulham, really, because at Wembley, I just hop on one tube and that's straight there, but at Fulham, I've got to change to get into Putney Bridge, so it's a bit more easy to get Wembley, but I know what you mean. Who's the best manager in the league? In the Premier League at the moment, I'd probably say Jurgen Klopp, because they're top of the league at the moment. If we're going to go by who's top of the league, then Jurgen Klopp at the moment. But Pep is a fantastic coach, but at the moment, just for now, Jurgen Klopp for the time being, I think. Are you going to Palace away? Unfortunately, I'm not going to Palace away. I've got other things that have unfortunately clashed with it, so I can't make Saturday's game. I will try and get to an away game before the end of the season. I'm looking at Watford, hopefully. That's coming up soon, I think in April. Who's your local team? Mine is Millwall. My local team's actually Charlton Athletic, and people might go to me, why are you not a supporter there? My granddad actually lived over in Fulham, actually. Then we moved over here, actually, before I was born, so this is where I've grown up. So that's why I'm not a Charlton fan. Before anyone starts slaughtering me, why am I not a Charlton fan? Just not a Charlton fan. And, yeah. Although some of my family are Charlton fans, but I chose not to be a Charlton fan. I reckon Southampton away will be quality midweek, but still, yeah, that'd be a good away day, but I don't know. Who do you think the best goalkeepers in the Premier League? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of good goalkeepers. Charlton have a good academy. Yep, I know Charlton do have a good academy, yeah. I actually played against them when I was about 9 years old, when I was at my local team. Played against Charlton Academy at David Beckham Academy. This is when I was semi-good at football when I was about, what, 9, 10 years old. That's when David Beckham Academy was still a thing. It's not anymore. We played against Charlton Academy. I think it was under 10s. I think it was. This is a long time ago, but things all went wrong there. I go to Charlton sometimes. They play some decent football. Lyle Taylor is excellent. They just let Carl and Grant go, which is a big loss. Yeah, I used to go to Charlton a couple of times. I've been to the Valley in the away end. I've been in the Valley in the home end before as well. So I've been there a few times as well. It's a nice ground. It's a big ground as well. Big club, Charlton as well. They're not a small club by any means. They're a big club, underachieving at the moment. Not their fault, obviously. They've got a very stubborn owner. So yeah. Predictions for Saturday, ask Daniel Collier. If that's in terms of Fulham, then I think we'll win 2-1. I've just got a good feeling about it, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But as I said, talking about away games, I will hopefully try and get to one between now and the end of the season. I do want to try and get to one, so fingers crossed I can. Imagine if Messi joins. Oh, God. Imagine Messi joining at the end of the season. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? But I don't think Messi will join us at all, I don't think so. That'd be interesting. We've been on stream for 75 minutes. That's good. We'll keep it going for as long as possible, as long as my camera battery doesn't die anytime soon, which I hope it don't, but it shouldn't do. Coming up to about 3 hours until the end of the transfer deadline. I'm not going to go on till about 11 o'clock because I'll be absolutely, won't do me any good. Will Charlton go up this year? I don't know. If the playoffs, I think if the playoffs were to, if the teams now in League One were to start in the playoffs, I don't think they would, because I think Barnsley and Sunderland are stronger. But you never know. How many points we'll get from the rest of the season? I think we'll probably end on about 27 points, I think. 28, I think. Imagine the thick blonde bird on Sky. Let me motorboat her. Oh, my God. Who are you talking about on there? Oh, God. These live streams never seem to make you always get at least one funny comment, don't you? Well, look, if you want a motorboat, I don't know who you're talking about because I'm not watching it at the moment, but Sky do have a conveyor belt of very fine-looking women on there. So, look, if that's what you want to do to fulfill your fantasies, then you can crack on, my friend. But I won't be there to be watching that, unfortunately, because that would be a bit weird. But yeah, if you want to do that, then crack on. Huh. What on earth? I don't know. Yeah, it's just some strange comments. Don't ask me. Obviously, I find it funny. Thoughts on Sunderland playing in League One. You know, they've struggled in the past 2 years, so look, you can't really argue with that, can they? Are they on the way back? Possibly, but for a Newcastle fan, I'm sure it's good. So yeah, just got to see how they get on at the moment. It is currently just come up to 9 o'clock. Is there any news on is there anything on Sky Sports about Fulham signing anybody? Do you think, has anyone seen anything? Has anything happened in the past hour and a half since I've been on stream? I haven't seen Sky Sports since about half past 7. So has anything happened? Is there any lines? Because I've not watched it yet. I don't think there has, is there? Oh Christ! We're going to get to the end of the window and we're not going to sign no one. It's just getting embarrassing. It's getting embarrassing now. But I don't want too far. Quick weather check outside. Is it snowing outside yet? Is it snowing yet? No, it's not. Wow. I think my area must be the only area that's not been affected by snow. The pizzas arrived and Big Sam is eyeing them up. Yeah. I know he's on Sky Sports till midnight tonight, I think. Yeah, I know AK's left. Yeah, I saw that today. Yeah. Kale's off. Yeah, I heard that as well. Yeah, but I don't know what Sky Sports or Big Sam on there. Welcome to Life of a Spurs fan. Interesting. Opinions on Hull. Hull have done all right this year. Started off quite poorly, but they've had a good window. Obviously, Mark Pugh came in. And a wonderful run prior to last week against Blackburn. But yeah, outside bet for me for the playoffs. North London isn't so either. It's strange because it seems like every other bit of the country's getting a bit of snow. Like London's like the only part that hasn't really got any snow at all. It's been forecast to snow all night, but you know, saw the weather forecasts this evening that went to get it quite bad. Opinion on Vietto. He's a decent player, but I don't know. He's a decent player, but he's not too bad. I'd like to see a bit more improvement. Are you okay, Luca? Yeah, I'm all right. Obviously, my health's not been good the past month, 3 or 4 weeks, but I'm gradually getting back to myself. Still not 100% yet. It's been a bit worrying time, actually, really, for me. So, but I don't want to go on that. Don't talk about it for too long, so I don't want to make it a bit of a miserable, dampen the mood here, but I'm doing okay. Thoughts on Fosu Mensah? He's average. Yeah, I know PA's on the 81 to Jabo Verona. It's really snowing where I am. I haven't had any snow over. I'm praying we get a bit of snow. It'd be nice to see the whole country going to meltdown as it normally is when it snows, but I'm praying it does, but I don't think it will. Yeah, I know PA's gone to Jabo Verona. That's an interesting one because they're in a bit of a downward spiral at the moment. Obviously, being Italian myself, I do watch Serie A now and again. My local Italian team are actually in Serie A, Frosinone, is where my family come from in Italy, so I do follow them quite a lot. and they're doing quite poorly this season. Also, like both teams that I follow could end up going down in the same season, which I hope is not looking likely. But there's no snow in Cumbria. It tends to snow a lot in Cumbria, doesn't it? That's where you get most of the poor weather. But if it's not sunny in Cumbria, then we can all breathe a big sigh of relief that we're not going to get no snow, hopefully. But I know it's been snowing in Wales. How do you spell your surname? Look, go on my social media, on my Twitter accounts, and you will find out. It's all on there, on my Twitter and Instagram as well. But Instagram I'm not really active on really as a whole, but yeah. Oh, 9 o'clock, bang on, 3 hours to go. No, 2 hours to go, sorry. Awful, embarrassing there, silly me. Up the Fulham, yeah, that's good. My mind is, yeah, we're not going to sign anybody, are we? It's going to come to that point when we're not going to sign anybody. Worrying times look ahead. Got to go, mate. Have a good one. See that, Trevor. Have a good one. Hopefully we'll sign some players, hopefully, and we can all talk about it in an upcoming video. Fingers crossed we can, which would be good. Your opinion on Schürrle? He's our second goal scorer. He's okay. Very frustrating player is Schürrle, really, on the whole. I'm getting no snow at the weather, people bullshitting me. Yeah, I think we're all getting bullshitted here. I think we're all going to get a lie. Was Fulham the first team supported? Yeah, Fulham the only team I supported. No Zaha or Kiata Saturday positive? Yeah, I think so. We can definitely nick it 2-1, I think, without them two. He joined last minute, Mitrovic. Yeah, he did, yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah. The Mitrovic deal, and Matt Targett joined quite late as well. He didn't join early in the window, he joined quite late as well. Now we're going to sign 14 attacking midfielders after the window. Schürrle runs like he has crabs, yeah. He runs like, you know, I've seen milk turn quicker than how he runs, so yeah. We probably haven't signed anyone because they think of the pun. Yeah, it's probably true, yeah. Dylan says, hello, yeah, alright mate, how are you? It's snowing here loads where I live, it's mad. Where do you live then anyway, Thomas? Is it somewhere in London or is it somewhere else? Do you agree with supporting a Premier League team but following another team? I don't know, you know, I'd agree with supporting a team or maybe like a lower league team, but not supporting two Premier League teams. It's just stupid, isn't it? If you've got like a local in Surrey, well, that's not far from London. Maybe it's all coming here, it's freezing cold, yeah, I've got loads of snow. I've not been outside for the past few days, so I know it's been freezing, but yeah. Loads of snow everywhere by the looks of it. What do you think about Andre Schürrle? Disappointing Schürrle, a player who's promised a hell of a lot but hasn't delivered really, has he? So we've just got to see how we got North London, no snow. I reckon the snow is going to come tonight, I think, talking about the weather quickly. Opinion on Babel, started really well so far in his Fulham career. Hopefully he can continue, be a bit more consistent as well. Because he's done well for us. He's been a big threat for us, been a big asset as well. Drop Seri, not after Tuesday night. I thought we played quite well Tuesday. I'd definitely keep him in. I think we saw a good performance from him on Tuesday. Just give him a bit more time and hopefully we might see a better player, fingers crossed. But yeah, I'd keep him in. Yeah, yeah. If you support Leyton Orient and Newcastle, yeah, that's not a problem at all. I don't see that as a problem. You know, you've got a local team there in Leyton Orient and you've got a big team Newcastle. Yeah, that's not a problem. I don't see it as an issue. Look, that's not a problem, I don't think. Well, why do you think people switch teams? I don't know. People switch teams for a lot of reasons. I mean, it's just people do it because they want to support a team that wins every week. Well, I couldn't do that. I like supporting Fulham because I've grown up around it all my life. They're the club I've been brought up around. You know, I'd rather go and watch my team every week, support them through thick and thin, because you enjoy the good times. The bad times are horrible, yeah, but the promotion last year was just the best I've ever felt supporting for them for a long time. It was absolutely fantastic. The whole build-up to it last year was brilliant as well. Dogs or cats? Dogs. I love dogs. Love them. Love dogs. Don't like cats. Vicious little bastards. Honestly, do you think we'll stay up? Probably, I don't know. I think Saturday's the decision there. Saturday's the judgment day, I think, for me. But I don't know. I can never stop supporting Newcastle even under Mike Ashley. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like when you're a when you love a club, no matter what happens to it, you're still going to support it. Cats are cute. Oh, I don't think they are. There's a few cats down my way, live around my way, and that with some people and they're nasty things. No, not for me. Would you rather win trophies playing crap football or play consistent good football, win games yet fall short countless times? That's a good question, really. I suppose it's. I don't know. What are your opinions on Frank Zammo and Gisa? Half the people leave here because you're a dog person. Well, if that's the case, then... Anguissa, again, we've not seen hardly much of Anguissa at all, have we, this year? He's been injured a lot for the large parts of this season, so it's hard to really get an actual answer. But when I've seen him play at Spurs, at home, he's been all arms and legs, really, and we've not really seen a lot of him to really justify that. Cats are better. Everyone's got their own opinion about things. I wouldn't slag people off for having their opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. It's what makes the world what makes the world so intriguing. So, yeah, if people prefer cats, then that's up to them. Brian's average, isn't he, really? I don't think he's fantastic. He's not great, but middle of the road. It'd be good next year if we went down, but I don't think he's Premier League quality to start, at least. Would you rather win an FA Cup win a cup, sorry, and get relegated like Birmingham or Wigan. I'd stay up, really. I wouldn't want to win a cup, because if you win an FA Cup or something, you have to go into Europe, don't you, or something like that, so yeah. You can have Helder Costa if you want, hopefully so. Well, I wouldn't mind him. You're going to stream to 11 o'clock? Probably not. I don't think I will. I don't think there'll be enough people to watch it anyway. I mean, if people wanted me to stream to 11 o'clock, then yeah. But if they wanted me to, then I probably could. But it's up to you. Who's your ideal signing tonight? I think probably Harvard Nordveit for me. Has Mitchell had 5 yellow cards? He has, I think, now. But that was after the cut-off point. He got booked against Spurs. So that was his 5th, so it doesn't affect anybody. Fulham will sign someone. I hope they will, but it wouldn't shock me if they didn't. Stream till 9:40. Yeah, I'll probably go on for a little bit more. I'm not going to stream for too late because I need to relax as well tonight at some point. But yeah, I'm proud of the stream so far. We're doing all right. We've got a few good questions. I'll probably go on for a little bit more. We'll keep it going for a bit. Then I'll just chill out for the rest of the night, recharge the batteries, see you in the deadline day, and then just watch Sky now. If you go down, will any of your key players stay? I don't know. We'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it. What are your predictions for Palace? I think we'll beat Palace 2-1 on Saturday. I'm confident. Will Bettinelli get another game this season? I think he's underrated. Bettinelli, in my opinion, is not underrated. I think there's so many flaws to his game. I think Rico's a much better goalkeeper. They can't start training tonight. I've played for Fulham. They don't want people at the ground. Well, I can see why they don't. I suppose on deadline day, I suppose that's probably understandable. If you could sign anyone for Fulham, who would it be? Ooh. Well, if it's what? Couldn't that be realistic? I think if we're going realistic, then a decent centre-half, really. Bet is overrated. I think so, yeah. I think he's an average championship keeper at best. And even if we went down next year, I'd probably take Marek Rodek over him by a mile, I think. So, yeah. How important was Rico's save on the weekend? On the weekend? Well, we've probably been talking about Tuesday night, probably. That was a big save to deny Glenn Murray, wasn't it? It was a crucial save as well to deny him, to stop him from scoring as well. Yeah, I do agree we need the centre-backs. Christie getting gassed because Zaha getting sent off. Still got... Oh, I know, it's just strange. Is Rico on loan? Yep, Thomas Rico is on loan for the rest of the season from Sevilla. So, hopefully we stay up and hopefully he can extend his stay, hopefully. But we can't bank on that. I got him Cabano's shirt. Oh, that's good, that's good. Look after that, that's good. Lloris overrated. Yeah, Lloris has been quite poor anyway, I've seen him. Christie can't run, yeah. What do you think about Carl Walker's tweet at LFC? I didn't see it. I didn't see Carl Walker's tweet, unfortunately. Update, Nordveit is the only player which is likely to sign. Oh, cheers for that, Dan. I appreciate the update. Oh, well. If that's going to be the case, then, look, we're going to have to accept that. But I appreciate the update there. That's good. Oh, well. Looks like Nordveit's going to be only signing them with about 2 hours and that to go. We'd take Alan Pardew if you go down. I wouldn't take Pardew, no. None of that brigade. Chambers said he wouldn't... maybe tweet Callum Chambers out and he might get a response then. If you're going to tweet him and say, you know, my goal's to get Rico's. Well, yeah. Good goalkeeping shirt. My goal is to get Rico's, yeah. That's good. Sergio Rico is a good goalkeeper. I like Rico. Good bloke. Hopefully he'll stay with us beyond this season, hopefully. But I can't really look at that and think that's going to happen, do we? Can we buy Rico in the season? If we stay up, I think we can. Seri is now showing his top quality signs. Him and Chamber are a good combo. Yeah, they are. Him and Chambers have been a good combo for a number of months now. Hopefully they can continue that as well, which would be good. Just got to keep it going, haven't they, really, the pair of them? Fingers crossed they can keep it going because they're a good combination. You've got Chambers in there who's more the engine and Seri's more of the precision player, classy player, quality little footballer as well. So it's a good match. It's a good match. I was a baker, but I wasn't. Oh yeah, good joke. That's a good one. That's a typical comedian. You know what's funny? Joe Bryan said he's not allowed to give shirts. He is funny. Interesting. That's interesting. Should Kenny start? I think he should. Probably, yeah. Just have to play Huddersfield and Cardiff. We've played Huddersfield twice already, but still got to play Cardiff at home. I got Cardiff from last year. That's good. I think we'll go on for stream till 9:15 because my camera battery's low, so I'll go till about 9:15, another 5 minutes, then we'll round it off there. Do you think we should give Marcus Bettinelli I don't think we should give Bettinelli a chance. Babel was a good signing. Yes, he was. Chambers, Seri and Kenny versus Crystal Palace. Yeah, that would be good as well. I do agree with that. That would be interesting. That would be good, I think. Would you recommend living in London? Yeah, I would. Like, living in London's okay. If I had a choice, I'd probably move out of London, to be fair. I've been living in London for all my life. I'd probably want to change. We should have got Norwood. He's done alright. He's done alright, though, hasn't he? Norwood at Sheffield United. Johannes would be a... Norman got... Then he can't play. He's got injured. That's why he's been reloaded. I sit in Block H3 in Hammersmith End. Would you like to see Babel against Wan-Bissaka at the weekend? Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, well, Babel's more experienced, obviously, so you might be able to find a little bit more of a... situation. There's nothing wrong with London, but when you've been living here all your life, you probably want a bit of a change, like a footballer really. Been snowing in South London. That'll be interesting. The Riverside stand. That's good. I'm probably get a bit of snow. I'd like a bit of snow. Just to chat, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah. Be nice to have a bit of snow. Why is your away section so weird with the mix zone? I don't know. It's a funny thing. What about Scarborough? Oh, ask Neil Warnock about Scarborough. He's lived there. He's managed there. I think he'd be the best person to ask about Scarborough. Whereabouts you live? I live in South East London actually, so I make about an hour journey to Fulham. Don't exactly say that's weird, but no, I wouldn't say it's weird. No, unless you suddenly tap at my door, then yeah, I'd probably worry. But yeah, I don't think it's weird at all. I bet Tony Khan is doing nothing. He's probably playing Football Manager, as people have said time and time again. So we've just got to wait and see with what happens. There's not long left, is there? I live in South London. I haven't seen any snow. Let me go check for snow. I'm getting some now. All right, weather check again. No snow again. No snow. Just looks very miserable and cold out there. I'm not getting no snow here. Like this isn't a green screen. It's just a green wall. It's not a green screen, unfortunately. I will be getting my bedroom redecorated in a couple of weeks or months, so this whole green effect will go, and I'll probably get a bit more of a lighter colour. Ranieri or Slav? Ranieri for me at the moment. It's snowing, I just realised. South London, the shit part of London, there's nothing there. Look, South London isn't that bad. I don't think South London's terrible. I've lived here for all my life and never no problem here. It's just comfortable. I live in an area. It's snowing in places like Newcastle, but that's not a surprise yet. We'll just take Slav again if we go down. I think if we took Slav again, if we go down, it's silly. I don't think we should. It'd be silly choice. Do you buy matchday programs? Yes, I do. I've got an absolute bundle of matchday programs going back about 5 or 6 years. I've got an absolute load of them. Yep. North London's so much better. I can't lie. Everyone's got their opinions about things. Cecil Sherler, assessing on it every day of the week and twice on a Sunday, as they say. Simple. Assessing on by a country mile for me. I can give you them for free if you want. Thanks, that's very kind, but I think I've got enough programs here. I've got enough programs here. I've got all programs from 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, and a majority from 18, 19 as well. I would get them all out, but I don't want to. I've got them all in order everywhere. I don't want to ruin that order, but yeah, I've got a load of programs. Proud of the collection as well. About 5 years worth of them, so that's good. Yeah, I do have to play a final program. Where is it? There we are. That is a play a final program. Got it here. Did you ever collect match attacks? Yes, I did. I did collect match attacks. I collected loads of stuff when I was a kid. World Cup stickers, match attacks, everything. I used to love them all. I had loads. Got the old sticker books for the Euro 2016 in there, down here somewhere. Somewhere, they're in my room somewhere, but I'm not going to be digging them out anytime soon. Are you ever going to appear on a Fulhamish podcast? I don't know. It's up to them. If they want me on there, then that's the case. They've got to ask me. I can't go begging them to go on there because it looks silly. If they wanted me to go on there, then I'd be more than happy to go on there or go on anything to do with Fulhamish. I'd be grateful on that. I've been on that Fulham 1879 fan TV a few times before, but that's about it in terms as far as I've got in terms of fan channels. But look, I'm happy with what I'm doing at the moment. I wouldn't go begging for them. They've given me a good opportunity. They've given me a good opportunity to do little bits on their channel, so I'm grateful for that. The food at Fulham's rubbish, really. I tend to eat at home nowadays. I used to buy food at the ground, but I don't buy food anymore. See you later, Freddie, mate. Have a good evening. Hopefully, we'll sign some players to make a better. Yeah, Peter Crouch got the Burnley. Yeah, surprised you don't meet the players. Well, I don't really like to stick around. I don't like sticking around. Really, I think it's easier for me. I just like to leave the game and then just go home, straight home afterwards. It takes me about an hour or so to get home, so it wouldn't be convenient for me to stick around. Who go down in your opinion? I think Huddersfield are down. I think Cardiff and possibly us. The best deal for you? What, for Fulham? Or talking about... Well, if you're talking about today, I think Almiron's probably the best deal, I think, deadline day. But I don't think... If you're talking about Fulham, then I'm not too sure. But I think Almiron generally was the best deal today, I think. So we've just got to wait and see. I think if we sign Nordwijk, then I'll bring out a video reacting to the signing in the next couple of days or so. Alright, and see you later. Yeah, thank you. See you later, Lisa. Thanks for coming along, watching. I'll probably wrap up the stream very shortly. It's coming up to 9:15. What do you think about the Batshuayi West Ham Spurs thing? He's a good striker, but it all depends on where he wants to go for first team football. Do you like Ranieri checking up on his players in the warm-up before the games? Yes, I do. I think it's refreshing. I'm a big fan of it. Shows that he cares. Hope Almiron can get a work permit. Yeah, he should get a work permit quite easily, I think. That shouldn't be a problem there. I'd be surprised if it is, but I think that is where we'll wrap the stream up, guys. It's 9:15. Thanks to everyone for coming along. 95 minutes, which has been great. Cheers for the comment, Thomas. We'll probably wrap it up there. Nearly. Oh, wait until we get to 95 minutes. We're 94, 48 seconds. So when it gets to 95, we're there. Thoughts what happened to Millwall vs Everton? It was strange, really. It was very strange. Why do clubs? I don't know. It's just social media these days has taken a lot of things, haven't they? They announce them all over the place. So it's just strange, really, why they announce some new signings there. But this is where we wrap up, guys. Hopefully, catch you all tomorrow for another video. Hopefully, might do a preview and reacting to a few things. No problem, Molly, mate. Thanks for all coming along. 95 minutes has been brilliant. Take care, guys. Hopefully, we'll start till 11 o'clock. Hopefully, there'll be a big signing coming along. But take care, guys. See you next week for the live stream, and see you all.